All right, it's super late. I don't think anybody's gonna be on here, but we're gonna do it anyway because I had to stick to it. Oh, so we're gonna start going over how I became aligned and had my awakening. It's different. Hi, it's your girl IDripIsh. I am your favorite concept creator. I just create. They always told me I couldn't make a living off of it, but hey, it is what it is. Or it's whatever. I'm gonna do me, you do you, okay? Clock that T. um, we're gonna get started with like just a series of how do you know if you're having your awakening, following your purpose, being obedient, and understanding the assignment that God has in place for you. Because I mean, we all look at it in a certain way, and everybody has their own definition of how it's supposed to be. And I was just like, oh, this is so much stuff that people didn't teach me. And I did therapy, I did life coaching, I've done a little bit of everything, spiritual and all. And to this day, I was like, okay, it helped and it helped like bring certain parts out in me. But at the end of the day, this awakening is something different. This is like a next level that God given me out of the 41 years I've been alive. Okay, okay, like that tea. um, so we're just gonna kind of get started on the process. I'm new to, I ain't gonna say new to YouTube. I post my content, like just my dancing stuff, regular kind of skits on YouTube, but I'm definitely gonna come on here. And I was supposed to start been doing like my drink things, teaching customer service, how to make cocktails, teaching a body contouring business that I had started a few years ago. It's just been a lot I was supposed to do, and I haven't done it because I wasn't being obedient and I wasn't doing that was as I was supposed to. So every day that I go through this process, God relays a message to me. So let's rewind back to 2024. I say 2024 was my year of removal. God had put a standstill in my life. He put a standstill in my finances. My divorce wasn't finalized. I had a boyfriend at the time, even though I was separated, but it was just like, it was just something that wasn't right. And I didn't know what to do and how to move and how to shake. And I was just like, ugh. God was like, let me show you something. You asked for certain things. He was like, is you asked for this blessing? I was like, yeah. How do you plan on doing it if you're not being obedient and following the assignment that I've been giving you? And I was like, at first I was confused. I was like, okay, God, I thought I was doing what I was supposed to be doing, not doing what I was supposed to be doing everything opposite. And then when he took away, I was begging and I would go in a fear mode and like I'm on Hunger Games and I would try to worry about things and try to do it myself versus putting it in his hands. So he just let me be and scramble around like a little hamster in a wheel, looking a hot mess until he was like, okay, you ready? Are you ready to start listening? So this year, I was just like, I knew it was weighing on me. God started weighing on me since the last few years. But I was like, okay, I'm hard headed, I'm stubborn, I'm a Pisces. So, I thought I had it under control. I didn't. God was like, I'm going to show you something real quick. And God did. So this year, 2025, no lie, beginning of the year, my ex had ghosted me. And it was like a way of trying it was a way of trying to make me feel like it was my fault, but it wasn't. So it was just a lot. But it dang near took the life out of me. Like my mom and my friend had to like literally call me every day and pray over me. It was like somebody snatched my heart or my soul out of me. And I was like, I was not understanding the feeling of it. God was like, it wasn't even about him ghosting me. And I didn't even realize it until like this year. It was about me grieving everything that was from my past into that present day. And I had to grieve emotionally, I had to grieve physically, I had to grieve spiritually. And I was just like, God, this is some next level. That was the hardest week of my life. But after I sat back and he talked to me and God showered me with his love and understanding, I I finally got it, and I was like, oh my gosh, thank you, because it was like I grieved for 7 days straight, and then God just like magically boom, and then a part of me was like kind of like my ex finally did respond, and then we started talking. Well, I ain't gonna say ex, yeah, ex now, but it was almost like I was begging him to be with me, and I was like, why am I begging this man who I thought never did nothing wrong to me, was doing something wrong to me, and that's not what love looked like. Love is not where you have to do toxic mind games in order to, or the insecurities or the jealousies or the. It was just a lot, y'all. It was a whole lot. We'll get into that another topic one day, but so little behold, we got back, like we started back on again because he ghosted me for that full week. And I had to, I was like, you don't even seem apologetic. And God was like, what are you doing? I was like, yeah, I know. And it was like, I was like using him to build myself back up again, like I did with my ex-husband. I was like, no, that's not what God called me to do. And then one day we were on the phone, and he knew it was coming. I think he knew it was coming. And I knew I had to do the assignment of, telling him it was over. And God was like, Ish, if you don't stop playing and do what I gave you the assignment to do. I was like, God, but he really didn't do nothing now. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to start an argument or have an uncomfortable conversation. He's like, that's not the assignment, though. And he's like, what do you think is, a bigger blessing? You know what I'm saying? I was like, you right. So me and him was talking, but my ex was like, it was a pleasure. It was like he was talking like he already knew. But like we hung up, God was like, block him. I was like, block him? He's like, block him. So I blocked him. And then like he opened my eyes the next day and I felt so light. Like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. So I was like, okay, God, this is some next level. What we doing? Clock that T. What we doing, Jesus? Okay, cool, right? No, God literally came in and he was just like, I had to show you something real quick. So he started showing me left and right. Like it wasn't no lie. God was on me left and right. And he was revealing people one after another, one after another. And I was just like, oh, I did not know I had that many haters. And it was just like, and I'm always cool. I'm chill. I'm a cool people type. You know what I'm saying? I'm friendly, bubbly, I guess, whatever. I don't bother nobody. And I was not even aware. God started revealing my foes, my ops, my frenemies, right before my face. And I was just like, oh. And that's how I started my blocking. I have my blocking season. I block people now, left and right, because my purpose is greater than what I could even imagine. And God, it's something God had to call me to. So it was more so like, okay, what's next? What are we doing? How are we doing it? So when I started asking the questions of, okay, God, what is my purpose? And he put me in this entertainment industry, and I was like, oh, I mean, people feel like I'm trying to compete with them or compare myself to them, and I was like, God, I don't have no resources. I was like, God, this must be some type of purpose because I have no resources, barely, to bare minimum, very little support. I was like, God, how am I supposed to make magic out of this? He was like, you're going to find a way. And I was like, you sure? And he was like, I called you on purpose, right? And I was like, God called me to do this on purpose, so let me listen, right? Cool. I told him being this is ghetto, okay? Being this little type of obedience, I told God it was ghetto. And I wasn't here for it. I was like, dude, you're asking me to ask people to lead, or you're asking me not lead, but like for them to follow me in my vision. And I don't even have anything to give them. He was like, that's not what I'm asking you to do. If they're meant to be, they're meant to be. If they're not, let it go. And I said, okay, cool. Last year, I filmed my first movie. Everything surprisingly went well. And I had no money. I had $0 to my name. I mean, zero. And God was like, we're going to make a way out of no way. And no lie, I raised donations within that 1 week. And I was able to pay my staff. I was able to pay the actors and the film people some money. So I was like, okay, God, okay. And everything worked smooth. Like all the actors on the movie set worked out really well. I was like, okay, bet. Fast forward a whole year later, I'm filming my second movie. Now, I really don't have any resources, but somebody came through and gave me a big donation. I can say super huge, but it was, it's what I asked for. And I was like, God, and God was like, I got you. He said, I mean, you're not doing it alone. You're not fighting your purpose alone. I'm here. And I was like, okay, God. So if I'm called to do this on purpose, then, I mean, don't I need the resources? Because how do I get people to just do things for free? He was like, okay, I got something for you. So he's been showing me. So then I was like, okay, I did my 30-day lock-in on September 1st. And then I thought I had it under control, how I was going to have my 30-day lock-in, how I was going to do it and keep it pushing. And God was like, no, we're not doing it like that. And I was like, oh. He was like, sit your behind down somewhere. Go sit down somewhere. I was like, oh. He's like, this is what we're doing. So I had to grieve spiritually last month. And it was a bunch of tears. It's a bunch of tears. Good, bad, and just like, I don't know, eye-opening. And I was like, okay, this is not what I signed up for. But then he was like, I need you to do one more thing. And I was like, there was a big thing, because he's been weighing on my soul. Y'all ever have this egging feeling, like you know it, like your intuition is telling you something? Like when you catch your man or your female cheating, or you just know something's off and they're doing something? No lie. I had this feeling, and I was just like, something's not right. And God was weighing on my soul, and he was like, let this last thing go. And I was like, but it's a part of me. And he was like, let it go. And I was like, so I made the decision, and it was not an easy decision. It took a lot out of me, but I made a decision, and I jumped I went head first, and I jumped in. And yeah, so that was my last thing. I don't know. I told God, I was like, this is some next level faith right here. Okay. Clock that T. This is some next level faith. Because I was like, Jesus, this is gotta get out. But he was like, I got you. I was like, okay. So then I created, I'll be doing my TV series and my skits and these visions. And I'm looking like some people try me, some people don't. Some people like, oh, I want to be a part of your thing. And then, like I said, it's non-paid. Oh, I don't want to. Okay, cool. Go ask somebody else to let you do it then. Cool. But I say you get one time with me. I tell people you get one time with me. That's it. Because the old me would have been like, yeah, come back. Oh, yeah, you're good 2, 3, 4 times. No, you get one time with me. That's it. Now, it's different if, like, hey, I have to go do this, this, and this, and it's something like, but if you commit to something and then you turn around and don't even respond or whatever, don't worry about it. You're good. I don't care if it was paid, non-paid. I can be the next Tyler Perry by tomorrow. You never even know. Clock that T. So when I say you got one time with me, that was that one time, and that was it. I wish you the best endeavors. Cool. Go do you. But I don't play about my movie set. I don't play about my vision that God given me. I don't play about my money. I don't play about my family. And I damn sure not about to play about my peace. So therefore, I refuse to allow people to knock me out of my peace. I'm so unbothered right now. They trying to do everything to knock me out of my character, just so I can rah-rah with them. And I'm like, I ain't got time for that today or tomorrow. You can miss me with the 1-2. So when I tell you God has called me to do this on purpose, this is definitely something that's big. I'm freaked out. I'm nervous. I'm scared. I'm anxious. I'm looking like, okay, God, I'm following, I'm being obedient. I'm following your assignment. What are we doing here? Hello. I was like, Jesus, this is ghetto. Come on. God was like, no, I'm not done with you. Like, we just getting started. And I was like, dang. So I was like, okay. Granted, y'all, I'm sorry. I was supposed to do my live earlier, but me and TikTok was having a really good conversation. And it was just sometimes you need to be somewhere where God calls you to be. So y'all can record this and watch it back over again. And we're going to start the process of how to align yourself with your purpose. Mine's hit me about a few years ago. I knew what I was supposed to be doing, but I didn't do it because I was hard headed and I was stubborn, and I thought I can do it alone, and I couldn't. That's why my life was on like repeat. It was like you replay the same movie over and over again. That's what my life was like, over and over every single year. And I was like, there has to be something more. There has to be more to this calling or something like that. And I used to ask God, and He was like, the answer's already yours, but you're not listening to it. So, baby, it's a you thing, not a me thing. And I was like, oh, maybe I was stalling myself. Maybe I wasn't ready then. Maybe I can ask God why this and why that, but no. The only thing I asked God was, okay, guide me in my footsteps, guide me in the choices I make, and guide my words throughout the day. And that's what He's been doing. And when I tell you that this purpose chasing has been absolutely amazing, I have never felt so good and not drained and over worried or stress free. Even though, yes, you might have your second guesses sometimes, and yes, that, we never know what to expect, but like, God has been good. Like, okay, hello. And I was like, that He's doing something. So He literally was like, I got something planned for you. So I was like, okay. I said, well, we made it this far, so what else we got? I started a new TV series. I'm trying to get it picked up. It's my Jeremy and Sandra's real fake love story. I don't know. I put the wig on, baby. It came to life. I got a couple more series coming. I got some more movies coming. It was just something that God called me to do because of storytelling. And I had to sit down and I was like, okay, what's my next venture? Like just my real talk venture. And my question was, do you chase purpose, money, or love? And I had to stop myself and I was like, dang, that was a good question, Ish. That was me. And I was like, dang, I had to ask myself, like, seriously, do you chase purpose, money, or love? And at first I was like that. My first answer, old me was chasing love. I was chasing something that I was looking for. I don't even know what the hell I was looking for. I was just chasing some type of validation, some type of comfort from a friend or a boyfriend or a husband or a family member. I was chasing something. And it wasn't about lack of love or anything of that nature. I was chasing validation and I was chasing to be a part of something that I was never meant to be a part of, if that makes sense. So, like, you're looking for comfort in the wrong areas versus comfort from God. And God was like, that's where He had to show me I was chasing the wrong thing. I was chasing love the majority of my life. And then I was like, dang, the middle part of my life, I was chasing money. And that's all I did was chase money. And of course, it'll attract to you once you bring it in. You welcome the money in. It's gonna come to you. But the minute I got it, the minute it was gone, I would spend it. I would do something big for somebody. I would pay for a trip. I would buy dinners. I would do happy hours. I would just spend the money I got. And granted, I saved too, but I was chasing money and I was like, I still wasn't fulfilled. I was missing something. So I said, started off chasing love. That didn't get me anywhere, right? Started off chasing money. I that wasn't it either. So I was like, okay, guys. So I said, I chased love, chased money, it wasn't working. He's like, have you chased purpose? And I was like, oh, because I didn't never thought about it because I was like, I do pay my people. I don't even pay myself for doing these movies or skits or whatever. When I get donations, I pay everybody else. I do not get paid. Um, and I was like, I'm not even doing this to be for money. I'm doing this on purpose, and it feels good, and I like it. And I hope to inspire somebody. You know what I'm saying? One day, like, okay, she tried it, she did it. You know what I'm saying? I'm a 41-year-old single mother again. Divorcee. I'm starting over from scratch all over again, and it's not a problem when we start over from scratch. The problem was for me was like I worked so hard for somebody else for 9 to 5. I didn't work hard for myself, and I'm not meant to be an entrepreneur. I'm gonna say that I was meant to be an entrepreneur. I wasn't meant to be a 9 to 5. Some people are meant to be 9 to 5. Some people are meant to be entrepreneurs. Some people are meant to be visionaries. People are meant to be creators. Like we all have a space that we're supposed to be in. And granted, we have to figure out how to align the aspect of, money with it in order to live correct. But I had to start chasing my purpose, and my purpose was the entertainment industry. It was a calling that God asked me to do. I'm still not clear on everything I'm supposed to be doing, but here's like we're taking a day at a time. So I'm going to let it be. But with this process, I've unveiled so many different things, so many different enemies, I guess I have. I have a lot of enemies. People talk about me. They run my name through the streets. They try to embarrass me. They try to set me up. They try to take my life. It be some next level bullshit hating out here. These mofos be really hating for real, for real. And I'm looking like, okay, what we doing? Okay, clock that T. But God was like, no, we just getting started. You got some lives to change. I got a couple of people's lives to change. And I said my biggest thing, what I wanted to do when I started this company was hire 10 people. So I'm trying to get started now and get the contracts I need, and hopefully start with like 2 to 3 people I can hire, and then hire a little bit more and hire a little bit more. The more the better, you know what I'm saying? Give somebody an opportunity to do something different, or give somebody an opportunity that they don't normally get, like a once in a lifetime type opportunity. I'm more so like, I don't need you to do a little dance for me or do anything for me. Like if you're called to it, I would know, you know what I'm saying? And I'll go like that. But God called me to do this on purpose. So we're going to start asking these questions. And as we start unveiling all these things and showing you about being obedient and following God's assignment for you, it's some next level ish, baby, because the ish gets real. Because you have to fight through it. You have to push yourself up. You have to speak life into yourself. You have to change your surroundings. You have to kind of seclude yourself from other people. You have to watch your back. You have to do a lot of things that doesn't make any sense. And then like you'd be asking, and he'd be like, look, I told you what you have to do. And so being obedient doesn't have to look a certain way, but it will look a certain way. Like you don't have to go to church every single day, but God's like, give me your time, even in the morning, at night. And sometimes you will have a little distractions, a little delays, people trying to disrupt your peace. But at the end of the day, the devil never sends anybody that he doesn't see that what God has blessed over that person. So I said, God must really have some overflow of abundance coming over me, because, baby, the way I've been attacked left and right. And I was like, okay, people want me to get bothered. They want me to step outside of my character. They want me to rah-rah with them, and I can't give it to them. I'm so busy worried about everything else, and I shouldn't even be worried. But my mind is stuck on surviving when I shouldn't be. I should just be thriving, not surviving, thriving, because God said it was already mine. He said I'm already chosen. He told me that what he has in store for me can't nobody block or delay. So, and I was just like, okay, cool. So yeah, it's going to be some challenges. It's going to be a lot of questions, because we all have questions for God. And granted, we feel like we don't get the answers right away, because this is not a hot and ready Little Caesars, you know what I'm saying, $5 pizza. No, baby, just because we call does not mean he's going to answer right away. But he is always on time, and I want y'all to understand that. So we're going to start going through the process of this. This will be my new series, keeping it a buck, and going from there. But this purpose that God given me has definitely been. I thought it was a joke. I thought he was playing with me, but the man told me no. He said, Ish, I got you. I was like, okay, God. God was like, I'm gonna put you in this industry. And I was like, this is a cutthroat industry. Like, these people crazy out here. They're cray. And half these little producers thought they were gonna sleep with me. Baby, there are plenty of cookies. Go pick another. This is Tiff Trees. Go get you a different cookie. It won't be mine. Okay. But thank you. You know what I'm saying? It was the foolery of it. But anywho, I got caught into the entertainment industry of writing movies and skits and whatever, TV series. this is hard because I'm doing it by myself. I do need an assistant. I do need I have a film person, but I need a full film crew. I need a manager. I would like to have the whole tribe. I'd be ready to go, but God was like, you have to do it alone until your tribe comes. I was like, okay, cool. Hey, Yopa. So yeah, it's definitely been different. It's definitely hard. I'm not gonna lie, it's hard. uh, and it's definitely challenging just going through this era because I'm not used to this industry. I don't really know a lot about it. I know certain things, but I'm learning as I go, which is cool. So I'm filming my second movie this weekend. The rest of it, cool. I'm happy. I'm trying to bring back a vibe that we all discovered when we were young and we enjoyed certain movies. So I'm trying to bring that vibe back. I want to leave something for the next generation and the next generation, and they can create something for the next generations, Because we have our classics, because I'm an 80s baby. So we have our classics that we used to love watching together. So therefore, I want to leave something for my children's children to watch. Like, oh, you got to watch this. It's a classic. So yeah, so that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna stop saying. It's just hard to explain it sometimes, because when you have an awakening, it's a different story. It's a different feeling, and it's like this. I don't know how to explain it. You'll know when you know. And God just been shining bright over me. He's been putting me in rooms. He puts my name in rooms I don't even know yet that I'm in, but I'm about to be in there. I'm walking by faith, not by sight. And baby, that's the hardest thing to do, especially when I'm looking like I'm about to fall, look like boo boo the fool. But God was like, I got you, boo. I was like, you sure? Because this is, God was like, you trust me? And I was like, He was like, ish. I was like, God. He's like, ish. I said, God, don't do it. This is hard enough. Don't. God was like, don't you do it. And I was like, you're right. So I had to take 2 seats back, and God was like, sit your behind down somewhere. Have some faith. And I was like, okay. So at this point, I'm like, I'm walking on faith, all faith. So that's how we're moving this season. So when I tell you I'm gonna start the process on here on YouTube, because usually I'm on TikTok. I'm always on TikTok usually. But y'all, if y'all want to follow my YouTube, follow my TikTok. It's IDripIsh Rachel. I do have a bunch of knockoff pages. Apparently, I got 6 or 7 knockoff pages. So I was like, okay, they trying to be me. That's cute, but they can never be me. You know what I'm saying? They wish they could ever. The way I changed my wigs and my outfit so much, baby, they wish they can attempt, but they cannot. Clock that T. Okay. So yeah, stay tuned. We're gonna start the process series of finding your purpose. Oh, you like the hair? No. Thank you. We try. Mm, 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 mm. Okay. But I am gonna start putting all my series, my TV skit series that will be on YouTube only. So I'm trying to build enough like engagement in order to move it over to YouTube. So we're gonna do purpose on YouTube. We're gonna do some of the series. I am gonna break out some cocktail recipes for everybody, and then teaching people how to oh, thank you. And then teaching people how to actually, if you're in side hustles, because I'm a hustler. I ain't gonna say hustle, but I hustled. Like, so I love bags. I like coin. I like that dinero. I like that mucho dinero. So teaching people some side hustles that people like, because people on YouTube, oh, you can do this and this and this. Now, look, let me show you something real quick. Okay, baby, let me put y'all on game real quick. That's what I plan on doing for this next season. And we're getting started. And I'm nervous, but hey, God said he can make a way out of no way. So we're gonna watch him, watch him do his big thing. We're gonna watch him do his little one too. I'm like, okay, Jesus. Baby, yes. I'm like, what? Living my purpose for what? On who? On me. Affirmations of a real chick. She on a okay, y'all, I'm a hot mess. We don't know that. Y'all gonna learn me. Y'all gonna learn, because TikTok knows about me. They know I switch my wigs every day. I dress up in different looks every day. I talk a lot of smack. I'm a cursing Christian. I'm recently divorced. I got 3 kids. They damn near grown. I am looking for a husband, not right now, but if it finds me, cool. If it don't, cool. I be dating here and there. You know what I'm saying? There are some bunnies and schmugglies. I have been on the Balloon Pop show. I do a lot of social media. I have been in a couple of Tubi movies. I've done a couple of TV shows too. Cool. Been there, done it, been around, bam. I'm grown. I could do what I want. I don't need to answer that to nobody. You have questions? Cool. I'm not embarrassed of my past. We can address those any day, anytime. Boom. Okay, gotta call it. We gonna say it. Like, there's nothing better than being authentic and transparent. Cause somebody feel like they got one up on you. Everybody always feels like they got one up on you. Everybody's always, oh, let me try to embarrass her. Let me try to talk about her. Cool, baby. Put some respect on it. If you're gonna talk about me, let them know. Her wig was cute. Her makeup was on point, and her outfit was looking good. Oh, you're 31 with no kid. Baby, you're 31 with no kids. I'm 41. I don't want to have no more kids. Unless I met my husband and he want one, but then that's a different story. Somebody else gonna be carrying that because my factory is closed. I'm trying to get this body right. Mm-mm. Like, I date 30 and up, but 31, y'all don't even know what y'all want yet. Y'all still in the phase of exploring and keeping your options open. So guess what? 30 some year olds, especially the young ones between 30, 29, and 35, 36, y'all still in these streets, keeping your options open. You might need to get you a chick that don't got no kids. Because if you want kids, I mean, there's some older women who do want them. I'm not the one. My youngest is 15. Oh, you don't want kids, but how you gonna love somebody else's kids then? How does that work? How you gonna love somebody else's kids if you don't want kids? That's a good question. Because my ex-husband didn't have kids, and I gave him till I was 33. I said 33, 35. I was like, that was my max. I didn't even want none after that. He was cool. Yeah. Mm. We're gonna have to say that for another day because I did my 30 minutes. All right, I'll catch y'all. I'm gonna start. We're supposed to do motivational Mondays. I'm gonna start recording and stuff. I just gotta plan it out because I'm still doing the movies and stuff. And then we'll go from there. Okay. All right. Y'all have a good night or good morning. Bye, Felicia's. It's your girl IDripIsh, your favorite concept creator, the cursing Christian. Bye, y'all.